Welcome back to the breakdown. Today we're going to be taking a look at Sam's Club versus Costco. One of the biggest fights in retail right now. Now I do know there are other wholesale stores that are very popular out there, but Sam's Club and Costco are kind of the biggest ones in the industry that are national right now. So we're going to start off with them and we'll take a look at other wholesale retailers maybe at a later date. But which one's right for you in 2021? Is there really a better option? Is there not? We're going to take a look here and break down everything you need to know to make an educated decision before you head out to the stores. But first, if you're new here, do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. Hopefully we can help you pick the right wholesale store for you or just give you some information you need in general. So check us out. We really appreciate it. All right. So there's many different categories we're going to take a look at. Cost. Focus, where their main customers they're trying to attract, return policies, hours, services they offer, and more. So we're going to kind of break these all down step by step here. And I'd love to know though, which one did you want to get beforehand, and did this video change your thoughts at all? I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's start off with cost. So the membership cost is the big one, and the cost of products in the store. But let's start off looking at memberships. Sam's Club is slightly cheaper, starting off at $45, $15 cheaper than the basic Costco membership, which starts off now at $60. Now the high-end membership for Sam's Club does cost $100, which is $20 cheaper than the Costco $120. So Sam's Club is a little bit cheaper, but what do you get? Now with Sam's Club, there are limitations on the basic account there. For example, if you pay for the premium, you can do early shopping starting off as early as 7 a.m. when regular customers can't get in there. Also, if you get the basic Sam's Club membership, you don't get access to the pharmacy or optical, for example, so you can't get your prescriptions there. Where Costco's basic membership does include full access to all the services, including the pharmacy and optical starting at just $60 a month. Now Costco does, and their higher plans does give you better discounts on services, and you get cash back, 2% annually up to $1,000, which is a pretty good deal if you get the $120 plan, because now you're looking at the ability to say, well, I'm going to use my credit card that gives me points or money back, and I'm getting the Costco 2% back. It's like a little bit of savings in store on top of the regular pricing. And the last benefit is the high-end Costco membership gives you the Costco magazine that some people absolutely love, but I know that's not for everybody. So when you're looking at these, there are some give and takes. Now Sam's Club is a little bit cheaper on pricing, but if you go for the cheapest one, you're definitely missing out on some services. But Costco includes them in their basic services, but is more expensive. So pick whatever one is right for you. But what about focus? Is it right for me? Well, they are very different stores actually. Sam's Club and Costco, while they do carry a lot of the same products, give you discounts on a lot of the same stuff, Sam's Club is heavily focused towards the small business owner. That's why you see a lot of things like cash register paper, cash registers, restaurant quality and restaurant sizing of different food items and different serving products. But they both do heavily focus on the end consumer, right? You still get the clothing section, the diaper section, the food, the frozen, and all those kind of things that you would see focus for the end consumer. But I will say Costco is not quite as heavily focused on the small business owner. They're really not going after that local restaurant that wants to get some goods for their coffee shop or restaurant, maybe some printer paper, a good deal, and more. But increasingly though, small businesses are looking online for those kind of deals, so the need for that may not be what it used to be. But there is a clear difference. While both do focus on the end user, the regular mom and pop shopper, the hardcore Costco's are focused on that, but Sam's Club is kind of dividing between the small business owner and the end user. What about returns? Now this is a big one, right? We've all had it. We buy something, we thought it was the right thing for us, it turned out not to be, we want to return it. I'm going to give a slight edge here. Costco and Sam's Club both have very similar return policies, and they're very good policies. But there, as with most things, there are limits. There are some products you can't return for a variety of reasons. They don't want your toothbrush back after you used it, for example. Costco has a smaller list of unreturnable items. They take back more items than Sam's Club does. So that could be a big one. But I will say, on the stuff you typically may end up returning, both are very similar. So I would say it's probably not going to be a big difference either way on that for anyone. What about hours? Now this is where Sam's Club does stand out a little bit. Especially if you get the higher end membership, there's a lot more hours at Sam's Club than there is at Costco. Sam's Club, for instance, with the early access starts at 7 a.m. The regular hours are the same for the basic plan, except for on Saturdays. Sam's Club will open a half an hour earlier and stay open the same amount of time as Costco before they close. So if hours are very important to you, if you're somebody that needs to get in there early in the morning, Sam's Club with the early access is probably the way you want to go with your membership there. So keep that in mind if that's very important to you. And lastly, services, right? We all have, well, you know, the grocery shopping, the clothes, everything in the store. But what about all the other stuff? Very similar. Both offer automotive things like tires. Both have car purchasing plans, insurance, travel assistance, and more. And the question now is, which one is better for you? Now, on the Sam's Club basic membership, you're blocked out of some of the services, the pharmacy and the optical, for example. Costco, all their plans include access to both. Costco's executive membership, I've heard people say, and I can't really prove this, but I've heard people say on average the deals on travel with the executive membership beats the Sam's Club one. I haven't seen that so much because I do think they vary a little bit from time to time on where you're going and what kind of airline or car rental you're trying to get. But overall, I would say they're very, very similar. I think where Costco wins this one is the fact that their $60 card plan gives you full access to all their services, where Sam's Club does not. So keep that in mind. But overall, there's a lot more that goes in here. What products do each one have? Which one offers what you want? I would say they're both very similar in this. You can get Head and Shoulders at both. And they both offer products that the others don't. You can walk into a Sam's Club and find a deal on a great swing set that maybe Costco doesn't have right now, and more. But I would say a lot of this will come down to convenience. Now, Costco doesn't generally have larger store locations with more products in it. Sam's Club is often smaller store locations with fewer products. So that plays into the factoring too. Now, if you want variety. So keep that in mind and ask yourself which one is closer to you. For instance, my wife and I were Costco members for a long time. When we lived in Texas, though, we lived kind of far from a Costco. It was reasonable, but it wasn't like we're going to go there every week. Where Sam's Club was just a few minutes down the road from our home. That had us switch over to a Sam's Club membership from a Costco for a while. Right now we have both. So convenience is going to become a big point here. If price is the absolutely must and you need the cheapest way possible to get in the door, Sam's Club is the way to go. If you really need those early hours, Sam's Club is the way to go. If you want a cheaper plan that's going to give you full access to all the services, Costco is the way to go. And so on. So I would recommend you really consider both. Now there's a lot of other factors here. A lot of people, for instance, like Costco's customer service and other features better. And that's a legitimate thought. But you really can't say that until you tried out both. So I would encourage you to take advantage of both. Try out both companies and see which one's right for you. Often, if you go to places like Groupon, you can get a great discount versus the regular membership rates. Keep an eye on that. Recently, Costco had a sale and Sam's Club had sales on memberships from time to time. Not all the time. So don't message me and say, hey, I looked right now and there wasn't one the moment I looked. Keep looking back over and over again. Well, there you go. Let me know, which one would you pick? Which one do you think has the better deals, Sam's Club or Costco in 2021? I'd love to hear from you. And if you're new here, do me a huge favor. It really does help us if you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, because it really does let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, and hopefully we can help you learn something new. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with another video.